Patrick, check it out!
Whoa!
The Haunting is a 1999 horror movie with a teachable lesson, folks. That is, if you put your head down, work hard, and sacrifice everything you have for your family, they will still fuck you over. So let's get into it, shall we? The movie starts with Eleanor, who's being kicked out of her deceased mom's apartment by her sister Jane because their mom, who Eleanor took care of, aka wiping her poop-covered butt, wrote a will that made sure that the kid that did everything got nothing. But it's not all bad because at least she gets a 20-year-old car to live in. Meanwhile, this little shit in the corner starts mocking Eleanor.
Eleanor, help me! I gotta pee!
Introducing Now brand condoms. Top shelf quality, now at the lowest possible price.
Eleanor kicks all of them out, and then proceeds to go into her mom's old room to fondly remember the days Mama needed a diaper change. Just then, the phone rings, and it's the doctor who tells Eleanor about a sleep experiment he would like her to be a part of, and it pays money. And because food is cool, she takes the gig and goes to the haunted mansion on a hill where she first meets Mrs. Dudley, who does everything to look like a murderer. Or maybe she's just up super late running a YouTube channel. By the way, why not subscribe to mine? Cause we have a lot of fun here all the time, and I like to eat food too, so why not help a girl out by pressing the big red button down below. Just then a woman named Theo walks in and well, now I have to rethink some things in my life. Theo and Eleanor get along well, and roam through the Winchester mansion to find rooms that don't really make any sense, unless... yeah, now I get it, man. Wow. They both run into Luke, who's impressed by everything, and I'm not kidding when I say if we were to play the shock game on how many times this guy says wow, we would all be blackout drunk before getting to anything spooky. They all then meet the doctor and his colleagues. One of them is Mary, who from the moment she walks in wants to turn around and get out, but doesn't cause dinner's in 10 minutes. At dinner, they oh boy. They all start talking about the experiment, but Mary wants to talk about the vibes in the house, and the paintings, and the... As the colleagues leave for the hospital, the doctor tells Luke about some creepy shit that happened in the past, but makes him promise not to tell the girls, just in case it freaks him out. So Luke, of course, goes running to them like a kid on Christmas to spread the word, but in reality, this is what the doc wanted, so that the test can get started. 3 a.m. rolls around and everyone's still up. Luke catches some balls while the girls talk about why they don't like them. When Eleanor does try to get some sleep, the house begins to moan and squeaks, and something outside tries to break into Theo's room to get freaky in her sheets as the temperature turns to a freezing degree. But luckily, Luke saves the day by saying wow to whatever was outside until they got annoyed and went away. Then they all gather into the kitchen to talk about the suspicious noise, but our boy comes through again, showing it was just the pipes, and with a mayo sandwich in hand, says goodnight. Everyone does the same, and now I see why Mrs. Dudley is always so grumpy, cause nobody put back anything. That bread is gonna be stale in the morning. I mean, come on guys. So Eleanor tries to again go back to sleep, and this is where the movie blows it for me, not only because of the crappy CGI, but I think the whole was it a ghost, or was it just a hallucination plot should have played out a little longer, but I'll talk more about this later. Skipping a bit, Eleanor is doing a test. Luke wants to catch Theo getting undressed, the ghost starts making our girl over here stressed, they all start snooping around the fireplace where they find nothing but ash, and Luke almost gets his head smashed, but no time to worry about that cause someone wrote in red paint, Eleanor, welcome back. They all flip out and the doctor decides to take Eleanor to the greenhouse where she starts talking some crazy crap.
Paintings are calling out to me, strange noises in the night, and all it cost was 5 gallons of gas.
Seriously, man, what the hell are you on? And do you have any left? That night, Eleanor wakes up to find tiny red footprints that leads her to a secret door. Going down to explore, the ghost talks to her some more, and that doesn't freak you out, but some wind did. Okay, alright. Eleanor finds a book that shows a lot of children have died in the care of the old man who built the house. She shows Theo, but she tells Eleanor,
Stop it. Get some help.
In her room, Eleanor calls out to the kids, and when they respond, she wants to dip. Real quick, why do people ask for a ghost to communicate with them, and then when they do, the person runs away like a chicken shit bitch?
Stop running!
These are our ghost adventures.
The next day, Eleanor finds the doctor's recordings of him calling her crazy, so she goes to Theo and Luke to prove that she indeed is cray-cray.
I'm not crazy!
But to be fair, that's only because they can't see the woman chilling out upstairs. Eleanor then goes back to the secret room to prove what's going on, and with movie magic on her side, she finds what she's looking for in no time, which is some pics that point her to the fireplace, where Eleanor goes, searches around, and finds... She then starts yelling out to the ghost kids, asking where the hell are they at, and comes across a door, tries to open it, but Daddy Warbucks says nah, and she says fuck them kids, and again, dips. She then finds her friends and starts speaking facts, that the old man killed the kids, and his second wife who found out what he did, and in the afterlife he kept all their souls cause he's a power-hungry psycho. The doctor then confesses that this was all just a prank, brah, and that the experiment was to get them all scared, but he never expected that sleep-deprived people would end up having a mental breakdown. Now, to circle back around to what I said earlier about blowing the load too early, all I'm saying is that we know that Eleanor isn't crazy, but they don't, and I just think if they left the audience wondering until sort of the end, then it would have made for a cool twist. Theo says fuck this, but the doctor says no, fuck you, causing Theo to smack the ego out of him, which causes him to go and try to open the fireplace, and maybe if he didn't stand right on top of it, the damn thing would open. Meanwhile, everyone does the sensible thing of leaving the unstable Eleanor alone, and creepy crap ensues.
Oh, who was holding my hand?
Sure, you just got sucker punched out of your bed, but let's focus on who was holding your hand. Also, this part pisses me off, cause in the OG film, the hand-holding scene was actually scary, and made sense.
Whose hand was I holding?
But no, in 99, let's just have her half-ass out the line, which I feel is a crime, just like the crappy CGI. Eleanor sees the grumpy daddy in the window and says,
I will not let you hurt a child!
Personally, I think we're past that point, Eleanor, but she screams no more and hits the window only for it to come back and splatter glass all over the floor.
This. Father. Did you see this? Look at this. Father, think of the child.
She then finds herself in a room with mirrors, but her reflection starts to appear differently. Eleanor then stumbles down the corridor and is met with another ghost who asks for help instead of telling her what the fuck to do. Eleanor then begins her descent up some old metal stairs. The dock also climbs up, but it begins to break.
It's not gonna hold your weight there! It's breaking apart!
Thank you for the exposition, buddy. The dog gets her to leave, and
Sweet merciful crap!
she's back in bed. The dog heads back into the greenhouse to again talk into his recorder about how his subjects are turning into lunatics when he finally gets a taste of the spooky medicine. You would think that even the doctor would be running out of the haunted mansion by now, but no, and at this point these dopes deserve to die, cause like how many warning signs do you need to get the hell out of here? So the room, surprise surprise, starts getting all spooky again, trying to trap Eleanor inside while everyone outside tries to get in, and once they do, they all finally agree that she is not crazy and that they all need to get the hell out of Dodge. But they all waited too long. Luke tries to climb, and honestly I don't think he really tried, but he then decides to crash the car into the gate. Now Luke is trapped, and I feel Liam Neeson has checked out of his role, cause there's honestly no urgency in anything that his character is doing right now.
Hang on, guys, I think I fucking got him. Yeah! Oh shit, Renee. We got action.
After saving Luke, Theo sees that Eleanor has gone back inside, and I would have said goodbye, have a nice afterlife, but these guys, being better than me, go back inside and try to find her. That's when they discover Eleanor inside an old room that looks like her mother's, which was built by the ghost children, so they can become carpenters, but they can't communicate to Eleanor how to help them? Alright, sure, whatever. Eleanor explains that her great-great-grandmother was the second wife of Mr. Grumpy, and that she needs to stay to be with her family, so what about Jane? Well, at least she gets everything now, right? Eleanor tells them to get out before it's too late, but they all soon find out that it is and try to smash their way out as they scream and shout, but nothing is working, causing Luke to rightfully go crazy, ripping up the painting of Mr. Grumpy, who retaliates by launching Luke into the fireplace.
Wow.
So Luke is dead, the house is still pissed, and starts launching shit at them as Eleanor screams at Mr. Grumpy to stop hurting her buddies, and again these guys start running. Eleanor then tries to fight Daddy Warbucks alone and fills up the runtime by walking around. That's when the CGI boss steps out, Doc and Theo run in too, and that's when Eleanor gives the most inspiring speech I've ever heard in movie history.
It's about family. It's always been about family. Well, I'm family, Grandpa, and I've come home. Purgatory's over. You go to hell.
Eleanor gets blasted by Grandpa and is dying. Why did they gently bring her down just to drop her ass to the ground? The ghost kids are free. Eleanor dies and her soul starts floating into the sky. Theo gives her a kiss and says goodbye as the doctor wonders what he's going to say to the cops when they arrive. In the morning, Mrs. Dudley and her husband come to the mansion to find that Doc and Theo are waiting outside, and the movie ends with Mrs. Dudley writing a cleaning bill that will be paid off by the time the Doc finally dies himself. The end. So at the beginning I said that after sacrificing everything for your family, they will still fuck you over. But Eleanor did the opposite. She chose love. She chose to stand up to the toxic person in her family instead of giving in to their toxicity. What I'm saying is, it's up to you to break the cycle of generational trauma and choose a new path to go down. Let go of the people in the past instead of becoming the people who haunted. Is that hard to do? Yes. Will it take time? Of course. But it starts with you, and only you can end it. To have the life that you've always wanted. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of October. If you're already subscribed, thank you for believing in me. Most importantly, I believe in you. That's it. Goodbye.
I always feel like